Ooh. All right, so welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself just quickly, your beautiful name, your beautiful self, and just share very briefly, and then we'll just have a nice little conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here with you today. So, my name is OrAhava Songstad, and my business is Cosmic Guidance. And I am a trans channel, an animal communicator, and I also am a psychic medium. And then I do tarot and oracle for I love helping people with business side of things and career, as well as family and love, relationships, and especially the animal side of things. So,
Beautiful. You know, I'm
yes,
a dog lover. I
absolutely.
mean, I like all kinds of animals, but
Yeah.
especially the dogs.
Yes. Yep. I
So,
understand.
we will come and we'll do like a whole deeper dive into that because there's a lot of potential for conversation and everything you just said right there. But originally we met you about a little over a month ago, I guess, right?
Mhm.
We met you at our first Ohana Connect business mixer that we had. Um,
Yes.
which was super fun. We had no idea how many people to expect or who was going to show up, and it was really great to see the community so excited and see so many new faces, including yours. So you walked in, we had no idea who you were. We never seen you before, and we're like, "Who is this lovely lady?" So how has it been for you since the first mixer? Like, what's been happening for you since then?
Yeah, I met so many people the first and second mixer. And it was such a wonderful time to be able to see how many people showed up for both of them. So many people in our little connective Mount Shasta group. And it was amazing the connections that I got to have and still have to this day. So, many people that I have become friends with, definitely have done some readings for and enjoyed their services as well. So many people that do such polar opposite things in our community, which
Yeah.
is so amazing to hear about and to see how many talented, amazing, gifted people that we have in our town of Shasta. So it was really eye-opening to see how much is out there, how much people are offering, and then the deep connections that we're having with one another. And everyone is so supportive of locals supporting locals. So I've had so much business from it and given so much business as well to others. And it's really enriched my life in such a short amount of time.
Oh, that's so
So thank you guys for putting things on like this and starting such an incredible community where we can all connect together, not just business wise, but on a deeper sense of community and what that means to each one of us. So thank you guys for supporting that and opening that space. It's so exciting.
Yay. Oh, I so appreciate that feedback. Because it really does encompass like the core of exactly what we're trying and intending to do. So it's beautiful to hear that just the spark is going out there so fast and people are just so cleanly receiving the signal of what we're putting out there that we want to create.
Absolutely. Well, job well done.
Awesome, beautiful. So, like often I have been, like we had our own independent journeys and then we came together like 2 years ago and we have so many shared ideas, which is probably why our connection is so powerful about what we want to create and what we want to see and what we want to help support around us. And really it's a collaboration, it's a co-creation with the entire community. It's not just us by ourselves. It's
Mhm.
everybody coming and bringing their life force and their special talents and like we're getting a lot from above as well, is not just like didn't just
Yes.
come out of nowhere. There's a reason why so many people are resonating with this and why so many people are really have had the same desire and the same vision for what they want to see.
Hmm.
It didn't just come out of nowhere. So um,
Absolutely. The downloads are real, people.
they really are. They really are. And some people are like, "Oh, that's whatever," that they don't like understand it, or some people are a little like put off and a little scared about it, to be
Hmm.
honest. They're not sure. They feel like, "Ooh, I don't know what this is exactly." So it comes in a lot of forms of resistance. Um, but I think, and like you said too, that's why it was so fun to see such a diverse group of people,
Yes.
um, because we really need that bridge, because we
Hmm.
really have so much more in common and so many shared goals and shared like values that maybe we don't always understand because some of us are kind of speaking a little bit different language.
Hmm.
But ultimately, a lot of us are really, even if we're using different words and different phrases or coming from a different background, a lot of us really are talking about the same thing. It's the
Absolutely.
community, it's the connection, it's the
Hmm.
supporting one another instead of like competition and tearing each other down. And like, I
Yeah.
can only have, if I'm holding you underwater, is the only way I can get mine, or that
Hmm.
secretly like laughing and waiting for your neighbor to fail because you think that's your only way to success. And that's just simply not the way it is. That's not.
Yeah, that's not the way that law of attraction works. So whatever we're mirroring, we're going to be getting right back. So that is the law of the universe, and it has to abide by that. So, as Goddess Lakshmi talks about so elegantly and so wonderfully, is abundance works as you give abundance, you receive abundance. It is still the same mirror. So you can go in so many different religions and traditions and things of that sort and beliefs, and they're basically stating the same thing of going back to the law of attraction. And so when we are giving love, are receiving love. And when we are giving abundance, we're receiving abundance. When we're giving celebration, we're receiving celebration. When we're giving support, we receive support. And I think that that's so crucial for people to understand that this world is abundant. It's a massive world. And we are kind of at the top of that world, being able to support one another and show and set that example in our amazing community, um, that, if I can be so bold to speak, as the Lumerians set the foundation for this high frequency, and they hold to this day this high frequency, and anyone here were able to get into that frequency of love and abundance and celebration with one another. And so this, Three of Cups card, if you will, the tarot, is collaboration, celebration, communication. And I think that that's where you guys are setting that foundation for us to rise together in this community, for the communication, the collaboration, and the celebration to happen in all ways. Local supporting locals. So thank you for setting that foundation so strongly for all of us to rise together and to grow together. It's beautiful to see, and it's happening rapidly.
I love it. I really do. And I think it is because it's hitting on all those core, like universal truths. Like it's
Hmm.
unstoppable. That is so powerful when you're tapping into that and everyone's getting together and everyone's holding that same focus of
Hmm.
collaborate, connect, communicate. And we're going to do this thing together and we're going to do it in a celebratory, fun way. It's
Yes.
just, I see nothing but massive expansion. And
Hmm.
you touched on one of our key things that we focus on too is we have to help our locals support locals,
Yep.
um, because that's so key to keeping us healthy and surviving through the harder months when we don't have as many tourists in the area.
Hmm.
And, also this area does not have a huge financial base for a lot of people. This is one of the lower income counties in the state of California.
Hmm.
So to constantly be trying to survive on our own, we do need a lot of that support coming from the outside as well. Like we love the
Right.
tourists and the online connections and the business that comes from other areas too. And you can only also support that if we have a strong foundation locally, right? We
Hmm.
have to have a strong local economy. We have to have a strong workforce to be able to support the tourists when they come in.
Hmm.
And so we need to be able to do all that. And the more we can support and have thriving local businesses and not be sending all our money other places, it's just
Yeah,
better. It's better. It's going to create a better environment for everybody. And it's going to attract more tourists in the long run
absolutely.
to help our community and our economy even grow even more.
Yeah. And how special is it to have each other to watch things shift and grow? You
Mm.
know, each one of us grow individually and come together and grow even more abundantly, and watch that change happen. Hey, we helped this business, we helped that business, and things are blossoming where there's this tight family connection, and people feel that we are the ones setting the foundation for even more tourists to come in. By there's something different here. It's not just the Shasta frequency, but look at these locals loving each other. Look at their town really coming together and supporting one another. They feel that as well.
Yeah.
So it starts within us and our community to spread that love and joy
Right.
outward.
It really does. It really does. And I think what we've touched on too is it really is something that people are craving so much. I mean, it's just in our human nature anyway to be in community and to have the support, the tribal support. But nowadays, everything is gone. So, like, people feel really isolated and they have for a long time. And then you had the whole COVID thing with the lockdowns and even more isolation. And then the more too that things shift to online business and AI, which, is a tool like anything else. And so
Right.
it, like we just said, it's kind of love hate with the technology
Yep.
and we have to use the tools in the best way we can
Mhm.
and everything and keep everything in check. But I think because of that, there's just this innate craving for more human contact, more human to human, eye to eye, like actual handshake and meeting people.
Mhm.
We can't lose touch with that because that's what keeps us human.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that it's so important. I really prefer to do all of my readings in person to feel that love connection and that human connection, like you were stating, especially because we are bringing in spirit, and it goes higher and is so much deeper in person, to connect also our spirits together. So I think it is crucial. And that's why I love that you guys have these mixers once a month. Like I stated, I have made several friends, and we are hanging out like every week and sometimes several times a week.
Beautiful.
So it's amazing that I got to meet so many people, and now I have all of these friends on a business level and a friendship level. It goes both ways
It
where we're all really connecting with each other. Let's go for a hike. Let's go get coffee. I need help with this. Hey, I'm there. It's amazing to get out of our shells and really blossom and come into our deeper purpose, which is just to be present with one another and laugh with one another and love one another.
absolutely.
It's such a beautiful life, when we can really come into that and state, I'm going to do the groundwork in our community.
Mhm.
It enriches our life tremendously.
That is, and that's why it's not like a traditional like business networking group. It really is
Right.
a whole Ohana family vibe. Um,
Exactly.
Yeah, and Alpha brings the whole like actual Hawaiian background. Like he grew up on the
Yes.
North Shore Oahu. He's Tahitian born, but grew up in Oahu. And he brings that to everything. And I've always been really passionate about supporting local businesses because I had a local business before.
Hmm.
And just that community connection is so important. And so it really is bringing that whole Ohana family spirit. And I mean, what more like valid recommendation can you give than like, I really know this person? Like just like, oh, hey, I think there's a business down the street that does this thing. It's like, no, no, I know this is a person of integrity. I know this is a person who really takes pride in their craftsmanship, or like they really take pride in sourcing the best ingredients for their customers. Like there's so much more to it that really brings a business of integrity. And when you can
Mhm.
just wholeheartedly recommend somebody because you love them like family and you know them like family, it's just a whole different level.
Yeah, and people feel that frequency within our community, and the tourist, they feel that love frequency of, they know these people, they are family. It's such a loving feeling that people are craving. So yeah, I agree that you guys really bring that family dynamic of holding that space for family to come and connect and to grow. It's on a different level. It's the level that we're bringing back that we so need in the indigenous cultures,
Yeah.
and in indigenous ways. They know everyone, they support everyone, and that's where we came from, and that's where we're going back to.
Yeah.
So you guys definitely bring that vibe. It's magic.
Beautiful. So I'm curious, I think you were somewhat newer as a resident of Mount Shasta area. You've been here many, many times. And
Mhm.
then, so how did you find out about the group? Like, what made you decide to come the first time?
I was told by some of my friends that live here to get on Telegram, and she added me to a few groups, and then that's where I think I found you guys posted something that led me to the Facebook page. And I found out about the first mixer that you guys did. And I was so excited because it was the first one that you guys were putting on. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm so excited to be at the first one. It was just, there's kind of that magic with something that is the first. And so being new to the community, and coming from other communities, other small ski towns, um, for the past few decades, I really knew what it meant to do a networking group, do other gatherings, things of that sort. And so I wasn't going to miss it at all. So that's when I came and decided, I'm going to hit the ground running to make sure that I'm a part of everything that I can get my hands on. Um, Not just for business, but for that connection of community. So when I came, of course, I don't regret it. And I'm a member of you guys now, and really getting my hands dirty with you guys to try to build this amazing community. So,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of how it started.
We love that. And that's, I mean, ultimately, that's what it takes, right? It takes everybody coming in and putting their efforts and energy into it, because that's how we're going to really build something amazing all together. Um,
Exactly.
yeah. So can you tell me a little bit more like about your business? Like how did you actually get into this line of work?
Yeah, so um I had a previous career of 22 years, and I had my own small businesses, three of them to be exact. And in small ski towns, in the mountain towns. So I understand Shasta all too well. So I was kind of led by spirit to quit my career that was actually wrecking me mentally and especially physically.
Mm.
So when I got the call to rise up and kind of come into my high priestess era, if you will, of the golden age, in the fifth dimension in the new earth, I knew that it was time to leave all of that no longer served me behind, and step into what not only serves me, but serves the collective on the highest level. So I came into this. I still do a part of my past career, which is equine therapy. So working with the animals, especially the horses, and tapping into the magic that they hold for us. They are our teachers on so many levels.
Yeah.
And spirit, our higher selves are our teachers, the ascended masters, and the list goes on. So, yeah, I really came into doing what I do now because I saw how much I was able to help the collective so quickly. Um, and it's my passion and my fire and my life's purpose. So here I am now, kind of, setting with people and listening to the questions that they have for their higher selves or their guides. And we get into kind of the nitty gritty of mapping out a blueprint of A, B, C, D to really get people going if they're feeling stuck in any way, if they're switching out of a career and transitioning, if they are, going through a divorce, or if they're trying to find their partner, whatever that is. And then, of course, the animal communication with people not really understanding where their animals are coming from and really needing to understand what's going on, especially when it comes to health, things like that. And then also bringing in their past loved ones and their past animals, their past pets that have passed away to really gain that closure, but also a new level of connection, a higher level of connection, a new way to have relationship with loved ones that have passed away on the other side.
Mm.
Um, so it's extremely fulfilling for me to do this work and very fulfilling for the clients that I see for us to get somewhere and get somewhere very quickly. So by the time their session has ended, we have quite a few steps ahead of where they were before. So it's kind of creating that magic in a different way. So it's very special and very fulfilling.
Beautiful. So, I know a lot of us are ultimately doing work that has a similar goal, right? Helping people transition through hard life experiences,
Hmm.
helping people receive some sort of healing, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, just like on a heart level, healing. We were joking, like a lot of us are healers in the community, even if we're not actually healers. Like even Evan, the contractor, like his favorite thing to build is saunas. So we're like, dude, even as a
Yes.
contractor, you're ultimately still a healer because you're
Yes.
yeah. So it's interesting when you look at it from that lens, is so many of us do different kind of work that comes from a different place or a different vibe or a different background or just a different modality, right? And
Hmm.
so not everyone's going to be seeking that specific type of healing or that specific modality, right?
Hmm.
Like I'm
Right.
super into human design. I did, do a lot of stuff like
Yes.
that. And it can be like another tool, another lens to use to apply to similar things. Not
Absolutely.
everybody's going to be into that. And that's
Hmm.
fine. There's a lot of different ways to accomplish a similar type of result. So obviously what you do that holds a specific charge for certain people, that some people get immediately like scared or threatened by anything related to that. They come with a certain set of preconceived ideas of what it
Hmm.
might mean or what it might be attached to. So some people you're never going to be able to convince, and we don't need to, because it's
Right.
just not going to
Hmm.
be for them, and that's okay.
Yep.
But for someone who maybe is like a little bit on borderline or might be open to it, but they're just not sure, what would you say to somebody like that?
So, I only work with the highest sacred divine white light of source, in the angelic realms, as well as your starseed families. So with that, it is just more about experiencing those things with a lightheartedness and knowing that you're always protected because you're not coming to sit in the darkness. You're
Yeah.
coming to sit in the light. Even if someone was coming to sit in the darkness, they're not getting that from what I do. And most of us are um, light workers of the light, right? So it is a love connection. It is really getting down to what are you wanting to succeed? Where are you wanting to succeed in your life? And how can we get you there? And then when we're talking about starseed families and loved ones that have passed, those go into deeper validations of the other side and who you're wanting to speak to. And they always come across with nothing but support and celebration and love and laughter, happy tears, things of that sort. So it's really all about the practitioner that you're actually working with, of where they're coming from. And I've actually never met anyone that works with the darkness,
Right.
because that's not in my field.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just about coming in with an open heart, and knowing that yourself, again, you're always protected within your own vessel, and that nothing is going to be in fear, even if you're coming with fear. Whoever you're working with, if they don't work with the lower frequencies of fear, that's not what you're going to be receiving. So it's all about those high frequencies of love and light. So yeah, I just tell people to be open and experience it with lightheartedness and excitement and joy in their heart, and that's what they're going to receive.
Yeah, yeah. And ultimately, I guess it's all about discernment, right? Everyone's
Hmm.
individual discernment and discerning that this is a correct and okay and safe person to be engaging
Hmm.
with. And
Absolutely.
if you're not comfortable and you don't feel like it's for you, then that's also totally fine.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
no one's forcing it on anyone. And if you are
Hmm.
open and you feel like it's right, then it's right. And you never get a wrong message like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just trusting that you are in alignment and you are connected with the right source. And so it's going to guide you to the right place as long as you're listening to the right thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
totally. Awesome. So as far as your business goes, how long have you had this business?
So this business came about a year ago. So I let my career go. Finally, it was like pulling teeth, but I had to trust my higher self and the contract that I signed before I came into this incarnation, and really trust that I was going to be supported in what I was doing. For those out there that are skeptics, I was the biggest skeptic that you could have ever imagined. Borderline atheist. I didn't believe in any of this stuff. And when people said tarot, I would roll my eyes. And spirit guides and all of that and angels and blah. I was just not having it. So it is amazing that when your life purpose really opens up and you're open to it, how things start to unfold in the most magical ways, to understand there is more magic to this world. There is more to this world. There is more to me and my presence in this world. And I always thought that. I always knew that. And I'm so glad that I hung on to that truth of there's more. And now I've blossomed into the past 12 months to be exact, um, of my magic and my joy and my highest purpose and desire to help the collective. So yeah, it's been a year going strong, and it's been the best year of my entire life. And I would never have imagined going into something like this. If someone told me this, I would have laughed in their face, um, strongly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very weird coming from something that you absolutely had no belief in whatsoever, and really gave a lot of backlash to.
Mm.
Um, and now I am humbly on my knees and stating, I am so sorry for all of those that I ever offended in this path, because now it is so beautiful and blesses me so much with an abundance of love and joy, um, in the deepest ways. So I'm grateful that I at least stayed open to my truth, because I would have missed out on the biggest opportunity of my life.
It's so true. Like the more we can be humble and understand there's so much that we don't know with absolution,
Mhm.
right? There's certain truths that just always feel true, things of like the good and the overall goodness and beauty that there is potential to be out there, and where you focus and what you allow your eyes to see
Mhm.
really can skew things so much. And just being open and being able to just go with it, right? Just take the
Yeah,
next step on the path and see what happens. And just you never know what God and what life is going to show you, right?
exactly. They always state, right? Be willing to be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what life does. My whole life, all the adults always told me life is going to throw you those surprises, and if you're open to them, they can be beautiful.
Yeah.
And now I see that. It took me a lot of hard-headedness and stubbornness to get here, but the beauty is now here, and I definitely challenge people to do that. Just stay open to your path and
Mm.
open to your highest passions and desires. And that's what you guys are helping with in what you're creating. You're helping people be open to their highest path, their highest timeline, and helping people grow from that foundational level all the way to their highest timeline and success and joy and passion and desires and all the yummy things.
Love it, love it, love it. Just a heads up, I think we got about 5 minutes or so left before I get kicked off my Zoom.
Yeah.
Um, Along your path, was there any like big moments that like really helped shift your mindset? Because that's a big transition to go from that hard against to all of a sudden. Was it like a personal moment, a moment that you were helping a client or somebody? What was there that jumped out that really helped shake you?
Yeah, my precious horse passed away.
Oh,
She had just turned 7 years old, so she was still a baby.
mm,
It was very tragic, how she passed, and so that shook me to my core, and it happened a year ago. And she was the one that, in her transition, went to the other side, and I started accidentally connecting with her. There are no accidents,
yeah.
but she made it prevalent. I mean, horses are powerful and mighty, and she made that presence on the other side even more so vast. And so she was able to get to me and stating, "Hey, I'm here. I'm still here. We're going to share this beautiful connection. I'm going to help you with the animal communication." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was so broken. And I know that it's just a horse and it's
Mm.
just an animal. But my father had actually passed away 2 weeks before that, and my aunt passed away that same week.
Oh my God.
And that was awful. But when she passed, I lost my daughter. I chose never to have kids, and I got her when she was a newborn, and so she was my daughter. We were supposed to grow old together. When she passed, I would have been probably in my 70s. So to lose her so young, it wrecked me. And that's what shook my connection with spirit and everything I'm doing now. So she was almost, dare I say, a sacrifice for me to come into my life's purpose. And it'll get me emotional talking about it because it's only been a year. But that's really what happened in my life, is when my sweetheart transitioned into the beautiful unicorn that she is now.
Oh.
Um, I want to honor her life and her death by doing what I do.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry I took it to such an intense place, like right at the end of the call. But like, isn't that kind of the way sometimes is like sometimes we are just here and we're only allowing ourselves to play in this one little limited zone. And
Mhm.
sometimes it really does take like driving us to our lowest and like most raw emotional place when we finally are open to like seeking something even greater and letting ourselves expand beyond that. And I have a similar story with how I kind of came on my whole evolutionary path too. And we can talk about that like another time after this the whole recording is over,
I would love to hear that.
but
Yes.
yeah, I think so many people can relate to that is like sometimes we have to hit like what is our lowest, hardest place in
Hmm.
order to have it rebound us up to a new place of understanding and being open to new things.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Yeah.
for
Yep.
sharing that with me. That is so special. I know it's not a fun thing to talk about, but
Well,
it's
it makes me honor her even more so. So I appreciate you asking that question because anytime I get to talk about my sweetheart,
yeah.
and I'm staring at her over there because I have an altar on my fireplace and her ashes and her beautiful tail is over there and yeah, so thank you for bringing her in this
Of
conversation because she's
course.
right here. So
Because
she
it's necessary. It's a whole piece of it's
exactly,
that's part of your why, that's part of your evolutionary journey. And so she will forever be an inspiration. And now, like you're communicating with her and she's leading you now into this gift that you have, into tapping into this whole realm that is able to help you help other people. And so
exactly.
just how special, and like she in some way it will be eternal forever now because of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
yep.
it's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Man, what a great like way to bring the conversation to a close, right?
Yes.
So if people want to reach out, how can they connect with you?
CosmicGuidanceNow.com is my website. They can learn all about the services that I have to offer. They can also reach out. My contact information is on the website, so they can reach out there and speak to me personally. We can do 15-minute free consultations to make sure that this is something that is right for them.
Great.
And you can see me around Mount Shasta.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm so grateful to you guys for what you're creating.
You too. We love you. You're awesome.
Love you guys too. I'm so grateful to be a part of it all.
Beautiful. Okay, this is gonna cut off like any second.
Okay.